Hello, everybody. I want to talk about social media and how social media has changed the way we converse. Social media, whether it's Facebook or Twitter, Snapchat or Pinterest, in most ways dominates the communication methods and mediums that are used in today's world. For the most part, this is a tremendously advantageous circumstance, and we should applaud and appreciate the continued expansion of social media. In particular, social media has changed the very nature of communication to the good for a number of reasons and in a number of ways. These include, first is for once, the sender controls the delivery. You, in many cases, control the delivery of the message. This means that you can choose where to send your message, whether it's from a newspaper, art of TV, radio. More likely, though, you have the option of using Facebook and generating or at least presenting your message to millions of people. YouTube is another form, what we're doing here today. You have the possibility, though it may not be realized, you have the possibility of reaching millions of people. If the message is good enough, well, there's your delivery. From Justin Bieber to just the latest and greatest person who's had a video go viral, you have a delivery option that is unprecedented in our nation's history, in fact, the world. And so, whereas before you were dependent on the New York Times or the Wall Street Journal or NBC or ABC, now you can send your message through a variety of forums and you can control it. Secondly, in addition to controlling the delivery and where you produce and present your message, you have the ability to control the message itself. You have much more intellectual freedom. You can say and do just about anything you want and present it nearly anywhere. There's dangers, of course. There's some people that put stuff on Twitter or Facebook that have to quickly take it down. But back in the day, you'd have to rely on others, editors, or in some ways, reporters, to present the information that you want in a way that you want it. That didn't happen. In fact, many political candidates today would much rather use Twitter or Facebook to get their message out. They no longer have to go through the New York Times or the Washington Post. And then you have a series of people who present the message the way they want it, not the way that you want it. Today, you can control exactly what's said. Sometimes to disadvantageous ends, but in the most case, in most circumstances, you're able to get out the message that you want to who you want. Third is that it's simple and inexpensive to offer your perspective and opinion. It doesn't cost to have a Twitter account. It doesn't cost to have a Facebook account either. So you can say and do nearly anything you want at the click of a button. The problem, of course, is sometimes people don't think before they present. But that is beside the point. You simply have a simple and inexpensive way to communicate your message to whoever chooses to follow you. Fourth is that you have access to a wide range of people across many platforms. Back in the day, whether it's the Los Angeles Times or the San Francisco Chronicle, or the New York Times and the Washington Post, they have a certain public. They have certain customers of a certain bent. Some are more liberal, some are more conservative. Today, you can send your message to a variety of forums with a variety of customers. In fact, in some ways, you can choose the customers that you want to send your message to. That hasn't happened before, and it happens now. From a marketing perspective, or just from a personal perspective, this is highly advantageous. And lastly, you as a customer have greater access to differing opinions and perspectives. Again, back in the day, you had to pick what you wanted, and often what you wanted was of a certain opinion. Today, you have a much wider range of opinions that you can use, and you can read. All you have to do is access the internet, and there's a whole host of options for you to read. It's tremendously rewarding. So social media today is much more advantageous. You can control the delivery. You can control who you send your message to. Second is you actually control the message itself. You can control what's said and how it's said. Third is it's simple and inexpensive to offer your perspective. It's simple to open a new Twitter account. Fourth is that you have a wide access to people across many different forums. You can much more target your message to who and where you want to send it. And lastly, you have greater access to read and follow different opinions and perspectives. It's a great time in communication. It's much more fractured, which means that you have an opportunity to send your message and read a message from nearly anyone on Earth. That is a wholly positive aspect. It may affect the televisions, radios, and newspaper industries. They're still struggling to reach their customer with so many options for a customer to use. For us, the consumer, and for us who want to get our message out, it's never been a better time to communicate what you think is important to other people. Thanks, everybody. Enjoy the day.